Thank you very much. All right, I grabbed some grilled chicken nuggets on our way out of town. Gonna start the day off with nuggets because that's just how most days should start. We woke up today feeling like doing something different. So the theme of today's video is probably gonna just be, let's do something different. We're gonna drive way south of town to a little landmark that Hannah and I have been to, but last time we were there, we didn't have this channel, so we couldn't show it off. And I also didn't have a drone on me at the time, so I never could fly my drone over this thing. So we're gonna go do a little exploring today at this landmark, fly the drone over it, make it look cool, and we're gonna take some pictures of some of Hannah's clothes, some of her good stuff, some pictures for Depop. That's the main plan. I don't know what else we'll do. Let's start with that though. In the meantime though, nuggets. All right, we got a bag full of clothes here, and give you a first look at this place. Does that look strange in the background there? Probably not too super strange, but this place is strange, is it not?
Very.
Can you remember what brought us here for the first time?
Yes, when we lived in LA, we went to a lot of these abandoned places like this.
Right.
And when we first got here, I was like, well, maybe Phoenix has some of those too. And it brought me to this place. So, Atlas Obscura.
There's a website called Atlas Obscura that it's a really good tool for traveling. It will, if you use it any place you go and look up things in your area, it's going to take you to obscure landmarks, attractions in that area. Very highly recommended tool.
It's super fun.
We got it from Adam Savage's Tested.
Oh.
You remember? That's because I'd never heard of it. And Adam Savage, of former Mythbuster fame, has a really cool YouTube channel. And website tested.com, check it out. But he just mentioned, you know, anywhere he goes traveling on tour or anything, he opens Atlas Obscura and searches it up. And we did that as soon as we moved here, just trying to find something to do.
Yeah.
Because the first couple months we were here, we didn't have a channel, we had nothing. So we went and did cool stuff like this. But I didn't have a bag of fancy cameras and drones then. So let's do a couple things. I'm gonna start flying the drone, maybe. You start getting your clothes ready, and we'll just make this place look as cool as it is. Look at this. You guys don't even see what's behind us. Look at this. Look at this scary stuff. This is wild. Why don't I just bring the camera in here? We don't want to stay too long in here. It doesn't look asbestos-y, but you know, you never know what's going on in places like this. Animal feces, etc. So let's get some cool shots and get out. Listen to that sound. Listen to that echo though. Oh man, this is nuts. All right, this should be a pretty interesting shot, I think. What do you think? Does this look good? I think it does. Are we just worried about the pants or whole body? Just the jeans? Now you guys are gonna have to tell me how this looks. I bet this looks good, watch. Hannah is changing into her first outfit. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Mac Daddy camera out. I'm shooting what you're watching right now on a Sony camera called a Sony ZV-1, and it's a very useful little compact camera, but it doesn't have the picture taking capability that this bad boy does. Honestly, it doesn't even have the video capability really that this one does. Has slightly better autofocusing capabilities, which is why I use it for things like this, because it keeps up. This camera's a powerhouse. It's called a Sony A7R. Hannah's naked. You can't see her, but I can. Is that creepy?
No.
Yeah, really? She said it wasn't. Okay. I guess she's into it. It's allowed. Trying to think of what to do to just knock this out. Just get all these pictures taken and get out of here. We're doing the best we can to stay safe. Obviously, the structure has been falling down, and there's not a lot of reason to go up under the bits that could fall. So we're staying away from that. But there's lots of cool backdrops all around here, which I'll show you when Hannah's done being naked in front of them. You doing overalls first?
Yeah.
Okay.
You,
Yellow.
what's happening, man?
Nothing. What are you doing? What do you want?
Sitting here watching the news. Thought I'd call my oldest son.
I wasn't on the news, was I?
No.
Looks good. All right, so Hannah is no longer naked. Hannah's not uncomfortable being naked, but YouTube is uncomfortable with Hannah being naked. So no naked Hannah today.
Bummer.
I guess let's just start right here in this little doorway. And I'll see if I can get the lighting right. We're dark under here, but the sun's really bright behind you, so I don't know exactly how this is gonna look. Stand dead center in it. If I can make it, if a camera can make that kind of lighting look good, it'll be this one. It has a lot of range to do something like that. Also, the other difficult part about shooting like this is that our end photos need to be in square. They need to be 1 by 1, right? And not 16 by, so I can't get too wide. Well, I've got to get wide so that we can crop you out of it. So I'm going to be getting a little bit further back on these shots. So let's scoot you guys back a little bit. All right, are you ready for your close-up? All right, I think we're good on the overalls. I think that'll work. And in the infamous words of Austin Powers, throw his expensive camera, and I'm spent. I'm just not going to actually throw my expensive camera. All right, I'm going to get kind of a, ooh, I'm not kidding. I can't show you this either. There's porno down there, but it's like vintage porn.
Weird. Someone in the 80s.
True story. All right, so we're worried about the back of this jacket, right? Because of the Mickey Mouse. All right, give me a little bit more of your face. Yeah, a little bit more of a, why don't you do the spin the other way so we get Mickey, the word Mickey. Yeah, there you go. And then I'll half of, yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. All right, go a little bit more flat. No. Yeah, I want to see the back more. Really exaggerate your arms so that we can tell you're wearing a denim jacket. Ooh, I got sunlight in this one. Actually, rotate left a little bit more. I'll get the sun coming through the crack in this shot. This is beautiful, I promise you. Rotate left. I gotta get further back. This picture's too good. These look like fashion shots, not advertisement shots. You know what, just for the lulz of it, I wanna grab one with my phone real quick. This could actually be pretty cool.
More vintage porn over here.
You found more porn?
There's a lot.
Hannah says there's a lot of porn over there. I think we're good on the jacket. You wanna move on to the next thing? Give you guys a little view back this way. Pretty neat looking setup. There's lots of magazines in here. Obviously, plenty of it's porn, but I'm pretty sure that's a page straight out of Wizard magazine. Interesting. All right, we're gonna try some photos in front of the graffiti. I know that's pretty cliche, but this is what we're doing. Hannah's in a prison jumpsuit. Listen to this echo. It makes me want to bring a microphone in here and record some like trippy dubstep vocals. All right, you ready? Are you thinking full body on this one? Okay. The light's doing something pretty interesting here. See how it's just halfway down the graffiti? All right, stay right where you're at, but rotate. I'm gonna get kind of a shallower depth of field. Someone painted Pokeballs over there. Normally I'd stand here and compose much differently than I am. I would be messing with shallow depth of field and things like that a lot differently, but because we have to crop these down for Depop into square photos, that's just not possible. While Hannah changes, check out some of this dope graffiti. There's like an orange Gyarados, pretty cool. You can tell there's been layers and layers of stuff painted over, so like Goku was there, but it's been painted over with somebody's tag. There's some Pokeballs over there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nuts. Look at that hole in the ceiling. All right, we're trying to get a shot just of her booty in these jeans, and there's just enough light left over here to get them in the light. Booty in the light, booty in the light. All right, you want me to get the backside? Honestly, I think the front actually looks better on these. Grab your change, grab your bag. Let's change the locations for the rest of them. We're losing light, so we're gonna go. But I was just kind of thinking, you know, I wonder if any of you watching ever did this when you were younger. You went to, you know, worn down places and took pictures and stuff, you know? Because I did a bunch, especially when I was in college. When I really got into film and photography, me and some friends would go all around Western Kentucky and find places just like this. And if you're from anywhere around there, you know, you don't have to go very far before there's a downed barn or an abandoned medical hospital, right? Where we went to college an hour away, less than an hour away, there was these abandoned hospitals and stuff we used to go and shoot movies and take photos in. And I don't know what it is that attracts me to that. What is it that makes the ruin beautiful? I don't know. I mean, there's just layers, right? You walk in here and you go, well, first of all, what was this? And then you get on Google. You Google what it used to be and you're like, okay, that's interesting. But then why did it close down? And then after it closed down, well, now whose land is it? Who does it belong to? And then who's trespassing in here and vandalizing it? And then there's a point where the vandalism, yeah, someone's property is defaced, but it's still art, you know? So it's conflicting, right? Which I point out that it's just kind of confusing how I feel about places like this. I mean, I love coming and taking pictures for practical reasons. We're gonna basically put monetary value on being able to take these photos in such a beautiful place and hopefully give the photos on our Depop a better chance to sell. But I always feel so strange coming and going to these places. They leave me feeling really conflicted, you know, because A, I want to know the history, B, the juxtaposition of all this weird art on what was obviously once design marvel. You know, I have no doubt when this place was fresh, whatever it was a marvel. I mean, have you seen anything? Do you see things like this often, right? I don't know. But I am curious if any of you ever were into this kind of thing. We need to do more of this. We need to take more pictures in places like this. I like the way I feel when we're leaving these places. It leaves a curiosity inside of me. Makes me ready to go to the next weird place. And I have, Lord knows, I've got enough cameras to make it worth it. You know, I didn't really get enough shots inside of these places and stuff to kind of do them justice. There's definitely a lot more to look at here, but we were racing the sun. As you can see, the sun's going down. We'll definitely have to stop here and get a few more pretty shots next time we're on our way to Tucson. We live in Phoenix. This is about halfway to Tucson from there. And you just kind of see, you know, just deterioration and stuff, and a lot of these things are falling down. So as I said, it's not really safe to go inside of them. So we didn't go under any loose hanging parts, but the graffiti all over the place. And then you can see where there was graffiti, but then the exterior of these structures of the domes has kind of been falling off from the outside. And the outside has some sort of, you know, insulation of sorts, and then there's cement underneath it. Very strange. It's very strange. Here's kind of another mystery walking around here. I don't know if you can tell, but that little black square right there is out of a Polaroid cartridge. And when we were walking in, there's 10 or 12 of them back through there. And then like you get up here, here's a Polaroid box, right? And then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, this is about, it's gotta be hundreds. I mean hundreds of empty Polaroid cartridges. Someone brought all the Polaroid film they could find up here and took pictures, which I can appreciate, because actually the first time we came here, I brought a Polaroid and took some pictures. I don't know what happened to them, but that's what I did. Someone had way bigger ambition than I did, though. That's crazy, isn't it?
It's a lot. I also love that they went through the trouble to bring a trash bag and then left them. So,
like they had good intentions but didn't follow through.
I'm gonna give them a C+, maybe C-.
What is the name of this town?
Casa Grande.
Casa Grande. If you thought we were gonna end the day without thrifting, well, you'd be wrong. There's a Goodwill here in Casa Grande, which we have not been to in well over a year, I believe. We used to always stop here on the way to Tucson. But the last couple times we've been to Tucson, we've been with friends, and we've had pretty heavy days planned when we've done that, so we've not really ever had time to stop here. But it's a pretty good little Goodwill, so let's check it out. It's It's very well lit up. You ready?
Super bright, super fun.
So we messed up. They closed at 6, and look at this. I'm not messing with you. 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock right now. So we missed the boat on that one. All right, we're at another Goodwill. And it's kind of funny, this Goodwill, because every time we were walking up to it on other episodes, I've always been like, oh, this Goodwill's so far south. This is the furthest one south, and it really is. Like, it was kind of actually impressively close to where we just came from.
Yeah.
Like, this is about as far away from home as that place was from here. This is a Goodwill we don't make it to a lot because it is so far away from us, but I like it. Not to mention, our Goodwills are not closing at 6.
They do have some Bratz stuff, but it doesn't specifically say that it's Bratz. I mean, it looks like it is. NGA, I mean, it looks right, but either way, I don't need that. What's up?
You look like a crazy person walking around talking to your camera.
You're the one holding the big camera.
There's not much here, is there?
It's a gold troll.
Oh, wow. Kind of into that.
It's kind of cool. I thought maybe it would be a pop, but it's not. No dolls, so it's a rip.
There are some video games, but hold on. Look at the angry pig. You know, I know it's the birds who are angry. We don't ever really talk about the pig's feelings. How are you, pig? How are you? Okay. Please be something good. It already just looks like 100% sports. Okay, yeah, it is.
What do you think, guys? Is it fashion? I can rock it, right? No.
Hopefully we can find something, because it's too late to go to a bunch of Goodwills now. That's not gonna happen, so let's find something here. Look at all these board games. Tons of them. Check this out. Lol. That's kind of funny. Should probably get it. I think I'll hold on to that. I think we have to. Well, let's show it to Hannah.
Okay, did anybody else have these when they were growing up? That like little Velcro ball, you throw it at each other, you can catch it with the Velcro pad.
Do you want?
Oh, that's really tempting.
Isn't it? There's a whole lot going on here. Star Wars, cool. There's a clone trooper. Creepy crawlers. Ooze the Force. What now? It's very light. Doesn't feel very complete.
I always check the furniture section in this Goodwill because they usually have like something that's interesting to look at. I mean, it's fine. This is kind of cute. It's been painted. Faux show. Guess it's supposed to be the entertainment center, but when I saw it, I thought like little kitchen pantry, which would be really cute, but shelves inside are really not practical for that. You'd have to, you know, DIY it a little bit. Try to, ooh, look at this vintage looking phone. That's pretty sweet. My grandma and grandpa had a tiny one of those in their basement. It didn't work, but it was just kind of a cool little novelty piece. Some milk glass mixing bowls. I always like to see what brand these are. It's in Sunbeam. Some Tupperware canisters. Ooh, it's got the pattern. So cute. Aww. That's too much. I can't get that. Boo! The skills of this Harry Potter book. Just delicately balancing. It's doing good.
Okay, well, we bought Operation, so comment below if you want us to play that on the channel sometime. Also, I bought a suit, but I'm not going to tell you what. You'll find out soon. Just make sure you're subscribed. We're home, and I don't know how long it felt like all that took to you guys watching, but it felt like a pretty long day to me, but it felt successful. I feel accomplished.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a drive. That took a bit of our time, but that was more so we just wanted to go and have an experience today. We weren't feeling our normal routine. Like we were just like, let's go do something. But we figured we might as well get a little work in while we were there. So of course we took those pictures. Now I'm gonna run you guys through the stuff we got at the thrift, and then Hannah's gonna talk to you a little bit more about why we took those pictures and what we're kind of thinking about doing moving forward with taking more pictures like that. But let's talk about stuff we got at the thrift store first. The first and probably bestest thing is this copy of Operation. Now, mind you, this is SpongeBob Operation. And Hannah does collect SpongeBob stuff. At least the special stuff. We're trying to not hoard certain things. Like, you know, I've got my my very specific Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. She's got the Bratz dolls she likes. And so SpongeBob wise, we've kept some of the cooler stuff, like the obvious stuff. The Pop, the Burger King watches, the Tupperware, branded SpongeBob Tupperware, some Beanie Babies. They made SpongeBob Beanie Babies. So, I mean, Hannah, you're more than welcome to keep this if you want to, obviously, but I'm assuming, because I know you, that it's not really the kind of thing you want to collect, yeah?
Nah, let's just play it once and get rid of it.
That's kind of the beauty, right, of what we do, is there's some stuff on these shelves even that I'm like, I'm just going to leave it up there for a little while and look at it, and then I'll sell it at my antique mall. Comment below if you'd like to see us pop this bad boy onto a table and play it one of these days. Check this out. Let's look at it before we go. You think it's got batteries in it?
Highly doubt it.
All right, here we go. Is there a switch or is it just a all on? Well, I don't see an on switch, so it must just be it works or it doesn't, which kind of makes sense because the on switch basically is whenever this completes the circuit, right? There's power through that, and anytime it touches the metal, it completes the circuit. But it's pretty cool. A wrench, a purse, a bunch of little stuff. You want to hear something crazy? I'm not kidding you. I can honestly say, well, I can say with about 95% certainty, I've never played Operation.
Really?
Any kind. I really haven't. I never had it growing up.
Would you be any good?
Well, this table's awful shaky.
Ooh.
Nope, I already touched it. I can feel it. It's like just, you gotta like, yeah, it's hard. We will have to put some batteries in it and play it though. But we have been selling this kind of thing at our antique mall recently, so I'm very happy to put this kind of branded thing on there. Comment below, does anybody collect Operation? I feel like that'd be a pretty cool thing to collect. Any board game that has infinite pop culture versions of it, I think would be a cool thing to collect. Now here's the other thing we got at the thrift store. I've been looking really hard. Every thrift store you've seen us go to for about 3 weeks now, I've checked every single suit jacket with the intention of buying any one of them that's there that fits me. Today was actually the first one. So what happens a lot with suit jackets for me is the sleeves are too short. So you're supposed to, now this is actually technically a little bit too short. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hannah, but when you stand comfortably, is my collar popped?
It is.
When you stand comfortably, I've always been told your sleeve is supposed to go to about there.
Yeah, it should be like to the top of your thumb bone.
Right. Well, and you can see here it's not. I'm 9 foot tall. My wingspan's actually, I'm one of those few people on earth, my wingspan's a little bit longer than I am tall. So that's not happening here. But at the same time, like, look at me. I don't look unnatural, do I?
No, it didn't look bad.
Compared to how this could be, I've owned suit jackets that I just like the make of them so much that I kept them anyways, but I would stand here and it would be like this. Basically just look like a short sleeve suit, right? Which is honestly how I end up comfortably wearing them anyways, talking with my hands, but this is a really good fit. I just can't get the collar right. Why won't it lay down? But I've been trying to get my hand on a few more suits. And the good thing about this is we got a pair of matching pants, but we didn't pop them out. There's a nice pair of matching pants, and they actually have a slightly elastic waist, so they're going to fit me good. About this time last year, I started dropping weight pretty well. I lost about 60 pounds. Some of you guys noticed. But we got locked down for coronavirus. No excuses. Really, other than I just ate cookies the whole time they were locked down, so I kind of gained most of that weight back.
Let's be serious, it was my fault. I just really wanted to bake cookies.
And I baked cookies every day of the lockdown, which is like, on one hand, it's like, dream come true, you know? Wouldn't you like someone making cookies for you every day? I mean, it takes a lot of love to do that. And the downside is you gotta eat them, which isn't much of a downside except for, you know, but I've been losing a little bit. I'm back down about 15, 20 pounds. I'm feeling better. Like, as soon as the weight starts to drop, I start feeling better. But I'm telling you all this stuff to say that this is cool, because a suit jacket, the hard part for me to fit is the width. And even if I lost 100 pounds tomorrow, I'm still going to be equally wide, right? That's just how it works. So the suit jacket is my size, pretty much, period. The pants that we got, if I lose too much weight to fit in those, pants are really easy to bring in. I mean, you guys know Hannah. She's the pants warrior princess. That sounds like we're talking about our cat Pants, who's just sitting over there looking at me like I'm crazy. But that's all we got at the thrift. So I'm going to be looking for more suits in the coming weeks, just because every adult needs suits, and I actually got a special project we're doing real soon that I need one. So I got the suit part out of the way. Now the harder part's probably going to be finding shirts, which I haven't even started looking for. And then there's the same problem. I'll put one on that's finally wide enough for my shoulders, the sleeve will come to there. It's just how it works.
True story.
Or sometimes I just get in it and it's just comfortable standing at attention. But like it doesn't. I need them to go down to here, and that's a really tall shirt. I mean, what is that? Like 4 foot? But I was happy to find that nonetheless. Now, Hannah, why don't you step over here and tell us what's going on with these photos we just took, why we took them, etc., etc.
Okay, so I'm super excited about the photos because Depop is a very special selling app. They really wanted their app to be a little bit more like Instagram-ish. So they really wanted their sellers to get creative and be a little bit more fancy with their photos than just throwing it down on the ground, taking a photo of it, and then you're good to go. That does work, and they're completely fine with you doing that, but they definitely highlight people who take the time to do really nice modeled shots because they would like, they have an explore page, which is essentially, they go through Depop and they find items and photos that they really like, and then they put them in front of literally every single person that is a Depop user on their featured explore page. So taking the time to do those photos and making them really nice and pretty is gonna hopefully get the attention of Depop a little bit more, get you featured on that explore page, get more people directed to your page and looking at your other items and increasing your sales. So that was the whole point of it, and I'm pretty excited about it. We're gonna try to do that a little bit more, and I'm especially focused on getting my color block jeans that I've been making, get a couple of those pairs ready to get photographed so that we can really highlight those so that those can get on the explore page. That's the goal.
And I'll be honest with you, I have a little bit of regret not documenting better our Depop journey because, you know, if you know anybody that's into reselling clothes, the chances are they do a good little bit of business on Depop. Just where the clothing market's at right now, that's where it's at. I mean, we do sell clothes still on Etsy and eBay, and et cetera, but nowhere near as much as on Depop. And eBay's not going to give you any preference if you post your photo of the clothing on a person. That doesn't happen on eBay. It does happen on Depop. So what you saw today was really us just trying to tinker what we do to fit the algorithm of a different app. And I don't give a ton of advice on this channel, but I would give you the advice, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, if you sell it on any specific app, whether it's eBay, there's a little bit of this, but not as much, but any other app that's like specific to certain kinds of things, it's gonna have a way that it works like this. It's gonna have a robot scanner that scans every listing for certain things and pushes certain ones over the others. This makes a little bit more sense in fashion than it's going to in some other things, because obviously the best version of fashion is showing off the clothing on a model, so obviously this particular app is scanning itself, trying to find those pictures and promoting them better. So we've known this for a long time. Just honestly, the trouble is Hannah and I are larger people, and not a lot of the product that we sell fits us.
My best items are super small.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but you know, that's not by choice for us. That's just how the world kind of works. And I already pointed that out with my jacket. Like we don't fit in things, or we would take way more pictures of ourselves. So that would be, you know, we'd spend a lot more time doing that. A lot of people we know that do what we do pay models to go put on all the clothes. You know, they'll pay them $100 for a day, or some dollar amount for a day, and then just have them put on every piece of clothing they have, you know, to post for the next month. And we certainly want to get around to that. We certainly would love to find someone to pay to do that maybe, but we never tried very hard. So for now, the hope is if you ever go check out our Depop app, which there's always links in our video's description pointing towards our Depop. So if you pay attention to our Depop in the coming future, we're going to start slowly trying to get it to where at least the top part of Hannah's page always has modeled clothing on it. I think we had a pretty good start today.
We did.
Are you mad we've been gone so long?
He wanted attention real bad.
He does. As soon as we walk in the door, he's like, love me. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know in the comments if you like this adventure. I think another cool thing about what we did today is that, you know, we can start taking, now that it's the cooler months here in Phoenix where we live and it's not 150 degrees all the time, I think we can start kind of taking some more adventure trips and tagging on some work like this when we go. I certainly like the sound of that. any excuse to fly my drone over something really cool, I'll take. Come back tomorrow, guys, as we post daily videos on this channel. We'd love to have you back then, so make sure your notifications are turned on. And I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but come back and find out. It'll be fun. Until then, guys, peace out.